So I have a question for all of you. How many of you in this audience are ready for your businesses to explode? I'm telling you, this is going to do it. Now, I thought by starting, I would share a little bit about myself and why I'm so incredibly passionate about what I do. Now, I seriously come from the worst gene pool possible, and I'll explain. We need to take care of ourselves on the inside as well as the outside. And this is my family. My father was morbidly obese all his adult life. He had psoriasis that covered 75% of his body. He had 2 cancers and died of one at the young age of 57. My mom, who I just recently lost, she had more than 50 operations in her lifetime. She had Crohn's disease, and 30-plus years ago, she lost her intestines to Crohn's disease, and she had a bag. She spent the last few years of her life in a nursing home, and she was also morbidly obese. My brother, who's only 18 months older than myself, also has Crohn's disease. He lost his intestines to Crohn's disease 10 years ago, also has a bag, and he's had more than 20 operations. He's in pain every day of his life. He lives on pain medication. My sister, also morbidly obese, also has Crohn's, died at the young age of 47 due to complications of Crohn's disease. Now, if this is my genetics, why am I so different? What has made my life different from theirs? Well, first off, I met the love of my life 34 years ago, who was a fitness and health enthusiast, and I'm standing here today because of him. He is the one that started that passion and that search, and he taught me to take care of myself. Now, there's some things that I learned. Number one, what has made a difference? Well, of course, my nutrition and exercise. If you put garbage in, what else do you expect to feel like? Nothing but garbage. So your nutrition and what you eat is important. I live by an 80-20 rule. If you eat good 80% of the time, 20% of the time, you get to have bad things. But your nutrition is important. The next thing that I feel has been huge as far as my genetics, keeping certain switches in the off position and other genetics in the on position, has been my supplementation. Now, my supplementation has been huge in my life. Products like what you are going to experience this afternoon with the Forever Green products have made a huge difference. These products are remarkable. They are unique, they are innovative, and they are cutting edge. You want to consume them daily. I do. Now, when we're talking about the inside, what you put in your body does matter. Now, I did a lot of calls for a lot of leaders promoting this event and talking about what we were going to talk about. How many of you remember about me talking about a little bit of a surprise for you? Okay, well now I'm about to share it. So why do we age? Why does that happen? Well, what happens is we have these things as part of our DNA, your blueprints that tell your body what cells you're going to make, and they're called telomeres. As we age, they get shorter and shorter. And so as those get shorter, we not only do we age, but we're higher risk for disease. And when our pairs get below 3,000 base pairs, we have limited cells in our body. So these telomeres are very important. Now, they literally are your body clock. Again, tick-tock, tick-tock, making the difference in your aging. Now, with each cell division, every time your cells divide, you lose these precious telomeres. They're so important for a lot of different reasons. Now, over here you can see that when a cell runs out of the telomeres, basically it will commit suicide. But here's the bad news. We wish that would always happen, but a lot of times it goes into what's called a zombie-like or a sunset state, where the cell goes rogue. That's where you see illness, that's where you see cancer and all these kinds of problems. So again, you don't want these things going on in your body. Now, the question is can we turn that clock back? Can we do it? Well, guess what, guys? I'm here to tell you that you can. Cycloastegenol is an ingredient that there are 41 peer-reviewed studies. Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, she was the scientist that discovered the telomerase enzyme that helps to lengthen your telomeres. In 1990, she won a Nobel Prize for this. It's an amazing ingredient. And again, it's been studied quite a bit. Now, it's expensive, super, super expensive. I cannot even tell you what it cost a kilo. It is expensive. Now, the problem is there was a company that came out about 7 years ago with a product. The problem is in order for this to work, you have to have at least 20 milligrams a day. Less than that is not going to work. And so in order for you to get that 20 milligrams a day, it costs you $840 a month using that product in order for you to get the maximum benefit. Now, again, there's tons of studies that have been done showing the benefits of cycloestrogenol. Now, what makes this different, our product different from anyone out there, is we use what's called an enteric-coated form. The other competitor, 80% of what you eat or goes into your body as far as supplements is lost in digestion. And if that is if you have perfect digestion. And me, as a practitioner, I have never met anyone with perfect digestion. In fact, I would tell you that's the #1 problem we have today is poor digestion. And so what happens when you deal with an enteric-coated is the coating doesn't open or break down until it gets into the small intestines. So your absorption and your bioavailability goes up dramatically. And so basically you're getting a lot more. So what happens is by using an enteric-coated form, we need to use 1/3 of the 20 milligrams. And so our product is equivalent to 21 milligrams a day of the competitor.